First of all, Dawn and her staff just have done a tremendous job building women's basketball here in Columbia, South Carolina. And what I appreciate about Dawn is she's obviously about competitive excellence for her own team, but she's also about growing the game. She spent time coming over to talk to our administrators and our donors yesterday after practice. I just appreciate that she's about women's basketball and growing the game. And, we have a lot of respect for our program. But I hope we proved that we didn't come in here for a moral victory. It's a balance I'm trying to find with our team about, I'm disappointed. We led for 25 minutes. They led for 11 minutes. And we showed a lot of things, but we let a few possessions go, and we gotta be ticked off about those possessions, those controllable issues. We had a few loss of focus in our scouting report, and it was a big momentum shift, and we gotta be pissed off about that. And at the same time, I love with a heart, and I love the potential, and I love the growth that this team showed. And so I think they were it was very clear that they're going to grow into something really, really special. And we're going to learn where we lost possessions and where we maybe lost some opportunities in this game. But really proud of our team. I'm excited that this is going to be a series over the next 5 years. We're going to play each other 4 times. And I think we're going to be 2 very prominent teams in women's basketball. I think it's going to be a great battle to watch. And I think we're going to grow our game together.
Coach, it seemed like your zone was really effective early on, kind of taking out Boston, taking out Cardoso. Just what kind of changed in that moment in the third quarter?
Well, it's interesting. Fletcher, she's very timely. She did the exact same thing against Stanford. In that third quarter, she came in and she shot short corner, elbow jumper, and it was sort of like deja vu. I wish we could maybe have gotten out of that a little bit quicker, 1 possession quicker maybe, when she hit 2 in a row, maybe not trying to get our defense switched out so she didn't hit that third. And we needed to change. We were really plugging off of somebody. In first half, we were plugging off of Fletcher. Once we got the rotation, then we started plugging off of Beal. But, credit to them. They're very deliberate. And then they went with 3 bigs, and it was hard for us to pressure the ball enough or sit enough to actually, get much, contest on, especially Cardoza. She was, really hard for us on that front. But, they made great adjustments. I thought they were very disciplined in the fourth quarter of what they wanted to try to do, and we just couldn't stop them from doing that. And I thought really 2 key plays we missed. I think it came down to the rebounds. Just a few offensive rebounds that they were able to get. We thought it was going to come down to that. And we led in the rebounding category for a long time, but those offensive rebounds, those are real killers. And, that's one of our learning things. We got to learn to be able to defend physically without fouling. We needed to be able to play with 2 bigs more and to match that, and we weren't able to because of our foul trouble. And, I'm excited to get one of our bigs back here in the next several weeks, and I think our freshman Lena's going to learn a lot, and she's going to be ready, And, I love the competitor she is. She had big tears in her eyes in that locker room. I just know how much she wants to be great for the sake of the team, and we needed to be able to match up a little bit differently, and we lost some of that freedom with some of our foul trouble.
Hey, Coach. Kiki obviously really looked strong up until she fouled out there in that fourth quarter. Just, what did you see from her in terms of matching up with a team that is so old and experienced as this group?
Yeah, well, I think I really give a lot of credit to Charisma here and Gina. I think they've really invested in our young guards, London as well as Kiki Rice. I think one of the things that Kiki has that's beyond her years is she has a really high work ethic, so she prepares really well, and she has a composure and emotional balance in really pressurized situations, and I think you saw that tonight. And so, she's a great player. She's earned the things that she's had, but I think our older players have really deserve a lot of credit for that, for how they have really invested in this young group as well.
Charisma, I know it's disappointing right now, but do you feel some of the same things as Coach does about what this game can do for you guys over time, and as we're about a month away from Pac-10 play?
Yeah, it is disappointing. But I think we did a lot of great things, like Coach Cori said. I'm really proud of my team. Sorry, I I don't know why I'm crying.
And you're a competitor and you want to win.
But like she said, we have some things that we need to clean up. But I think overall, like, I'm really proud of the mindset that we came in here with. We didn't come in thinking like, oh, this is the #1 team. We're gonna come in and lose. Like, we came in thinking we were gonna win. And I'm just excited to continue with this team. But obviously there's some things we need to clean up, and I'm super proud of this team.
And I'm super proud of Charisma. When you look at all she shoulders, she guards the best player. She battles on the boards. She's got to play with the ball in her hands off the bounce, with the ball off the screen. She draws the best defender. I just name me a more complete guard in the country. And I'm just really proud of how steady she was emotionally with all that she has to shoulder for our team. And she is an elite guard on both sides of the ball.
Charisma, another 20-point game for you on the season. I know it's your senior year. Just what early on in this season has allowed you to get into a rhythm, and what was it like, I guess, bringing that into South Carolina's defense today?
Yeah, I think just the people that we have on our team, we have so many great weapons, and I think it frees me up a little bit playing off the ball. But obviously this summer I put in a lot of work, and I think everyone on our team has really put in a lot of work. So I think just obviously, Coach Cori's always saying the work you do in the dark always comes to light. So I think that's just happening for me and my other teammates.
Coach, Kiki's technical looked like she knew she messed up as soon as it happened. Just freshman, what do you say to her after something like that?
Well, that's the thing I appreciate about Kiki is I don't really have to. You could tell on her face right away. She knew she lost her emotional control in that moment. We talk about playing it neutral, and honestly, of all the players, I would not have expected that to happen with. It would be her, but I mean, she wants to win, and so I think all of our players. One of the things that I really recruit is I want players that want to grow as young women, not just as basketball players, and she's going to be like, I lost my emotional control in that 1 second, and she's going to learn from it, and she'll be better for it. And one of our 3 core values are having a growth mindset, is that we're going to turn everything that happens to us as an opportunity to learn and grow. And I guarantee Kiki Rice will turn that into an opportunity to learn and grow.
It seemed like South Carolina's defense kind of stymied you guys a little more in the fourth quarter. There were 2 or 3 possessions where you kind of had to put up a 3 late in the shot clock.
Yeah.
Were they doing anything differently, or was it just they were executing better? What do you think kind of led to that?
We wanted to spread them out, and credit to them that they even switched some screens and got some matchups, and they were able to contest some shots and made it tough for us, going to the rack. And we talked to our team about just not settling for those long threes, but we got ourselves into some tough situations. I mean, they are an elite defensive team. Period. When I've watched them over the last several years, there's few teams in the last 10 years that are better than South Carolina on defense. And, what I'm excited about is that I still think we can play better on offense. We can execute better. And so, we get a chance to play them in March. I think we're going to have some ways to adjust to what they showed us. But credit to them. They're an elite defense and rebounding team. And, I think there was a segment in that fourth quarter that their defense was better than our offense. And I got to take responsibility for that. I got to get our team really ready for those really pressurized moments against an elite team. Both teams would rather play up and down. They get 25% of their offense. We're just a little bit above that in transition. And, in March, usually it slows down. Neither of us got up and down the way that we would normally like to, and you got to be able to grind it out with your defense or your half-court execution. And in the fourth quarter, they did that a little bit better than we did. And that's on me. I'm the head coach. I'm responsible for that. I just want to thank you all for being here as media. We can't grow our game and put the kind of people in the stands if you're not telling the stories of our women on both sides. And so thank you guys for what you're doing. Please keep doing it and spread the word about how great our game is. Thank you all.
Thank you.